Good morning, friends. My name is Rachel, and welcome to Everyday Faith Day 3. Today we're going to look at Psalm 13:2. It says, "How long must I struggle with anguish in my soul, with sorrow in my heart every day? How long will my enemy have the upper hand?" And those are the words of King David, which we learned when we started this month that he struggled a lot with anxiety. I have been in this place. I feel very familiar with this verse just because I've been in this place many times where you feel very overcome by your anxiety, even frozen. And I have prayed many times, Lord, please take this away from me. Please take this away from me. And I feel at sometimes very distant from God in those moments. Anxiety definitely has the ability to make you feel very powerless, very fearful, and out of control, all of those which are scary. So I have a couple verses that I kind of are my go-to verses to combat this feeling, and I would like to share them with you. One of them is Jeremiah 29:11, so I'll read that to you. It says, well, I think we're all pretty familiar with it, but "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." That's a good one I go back to all the time. Even though I know that I feel distant from God, I know that He is not distant. Even though I pray for Him to take away the anxiety, and He doesn't, I know He still is in control and He still has a plan for me, and it is not to harm me. So that's a good one that I go to when I feel very overcome and powerless. Another one I go to is 1 Peter 5:10. It says, "And after you have suffered a little, while God of all grace, who has called you to His eternal glory in Christ, will Himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you." So when you are in those moments of anxiety, when you feel paralyzed, when you feel very alone, that God is not with you, just please remember, just like this, when you're going through your suffering, it is not that time maybe that He's going to take this away from you, but it is His plan, and He is good, and He's going to restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. Those are His words. So rest in that. And then the last one that I usually go to is the story of Paul when he is talking about his thorn in 2 Corinthians chapter 12. We don't know what his thorn was. It might have been anxiety, but we don't really know. But we do know that he asked multiple times for God to take that thorn away from him, and God said no. But He did say, "My grace is sufficient for you." My grace, I had to stop at the sufficient because I tell myself all that time, my grace is sufficient for you. "For my power is made perfect in weakness." So when you're in those moments of weakness, just know that God is working. He may not make you feel better right at the moment, but please just rest in His grace because His grace is sufficient. So I hope those 3 verses will help you in those times of feeling powerless, uncontrolled, anxious, nervous, fearful, all of those feelings that anxiety brings on. I hope that you're able to cling to one of those verses or multiple verses to kind of help you through those tough times. So I hope that helped, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye, guys.